When you work in Revit, elements in your project are measured in either imperial or metric units. You can change the type of units used and also adjust snap settings based on those units. Typically, when you start a new project, you choose the type of units by selecting either an imperial or metric template. When using imperial units, the default unit for measuring length is the foot. When using metric units, the default unit is millimeters. But you can change these settings. To change the type of units used in a project, on the Manage ribbon, in the Settings panel, click the Project Units tool. Revit displays the Project Units dialog. In this dialog, you can change the type of units used for measuring length, area, volume, angle, slope, currency, and mass density. For example, if you click Length, Revit displays a Format dialog. You can then click the Units drop-down and choose a different unit for measure to use for length. Options include decimal feet, feet and fractional inches, decimal inches, fractional inches, meters, decimeters, centimeters, millimeters, and meters and centimeters. Notice that after you've specified the type of units, you can also control the rounding. And depending on the type of units you've chosen, you may also be able to select the unit symbol and to control the suppression of leading and trailing zeros. Once you've finished specifying the format, click OK to return to the Project Units dialog. You can then change the units used for other types of measurement as well. Also, in the Discipline drop-down, you can choose the type of units used by other disciplines, such as structural, HVAC, electrical, piping, or energy, and then specify other discipline-specific units as well. You can also adjust the decimal symbol and digit grouping. When you've finished adjusting the project units, click OK to close the Project Units dialog. The Units settings work in conjunction with the Snap settings. When you place an element or component in a project view, Revit snaps to dimension increments, angle increments, and specific points on existing elements. You can control and adjust these snap settings. To adjust the snaps, on the Manage ribbon, click Snaps in the Settings panel. Revit displays the Snaps dialog. In the Length Dimension Snap Increments field, you can set the increments to which Revit will snap when creating elements or placing components along a specified length. Revit will snap to the closest available increment based on a view's current level of magnification. Similarly, in the Angular Dimension Snap Increments field, you can control the angular increments. In the Object Snaps area, you can also control which object snaps are active. By default, snap increments and object snaps are all enabled. Typically, you will work with all of these snaps turned on. However, when you want to snap to a specific point on an existing element or component, you can type a 2-letter keyboard shortcut to use a specific type of object snap. These 2-letter shortcuts are shown in the Snaps dialog inside parentheses.